Hello fish friends, welcome to my July wrap-up part 3. In this video, I will first of all talk about the Bookish statistics for the month of July, and then I will follow with how I did on my yearly reading challenges, and conclude the video with the readathons that I participated in the month of July. In the month of July, I read a total number of 10 books. I read 3 romance, 2 general fiction, 2 mystery, 1 science fiction, 1 thriller, and 1 non-fiction. I read a total number of 2,620 pages. I read 1 book between 100 and 200 pages, 6 books between 200 and 300 pages, and 3 books between 300 and 400 pages. The average page number per book amounted to 262. I read 1 book published in 1800s, 1 book published in 1990s, 1 book published between the years 2000 and 2009, 4 books published in 2010s, and 1 book published between the years 2020 and 2024. I read 8 books originally written in English and 2 books originally written in Turkish. I read 2 English books in their Turkish editions. All of the 10 books that I've read were targeted towards adults. I read 9 novels and 1 research work. I listened to 5 audiobooks and read 3 paperbacks and 2 ebooks. I read 4 books taking place in England, 2 books taking place in Turkey, 1 book taking place in Ireland, 1 book taking place in Scotland and England, 1 book taking place in England, USA and Australia, and 1 book taking place in England, USA and Greece. I rated 1 book 6 out of 10, 4 books 7 out of 10, 4 books 8 out of 10, and 1 book 9 out of 10. And my average rating was 7.5, which is just a bit above the monthly averages. So it has been a good reading month for me. For Reading Around the World challenge, I read books taking place in 7 different countries. And those countries were England, Turkey, Ireland, Scotland, USA, Australia, and Greece. I did not read any books taking place in a new country this month. The total number of countries in 2025 stayed 27, and likewise the total of new countries in the map in 2025 did not change, which was 7. Of course, the total of countries in the map stayed the same, which is 59. As for Go With The Flow challenge hosted by Sarah and Jenn, this month's prompt was to read a book with the same colored spine as the previous month's books. Previous month's books was Serenade by Zülfü Livaneli. It had a black spine, and I chose a book that had a partly black spine, which was Aşk Bunamaz by Nuran Hariri. In the month of July, I participated in 3 readathons. The first readathon that I participated was Jane Austen July. And for the first prompt of reading one of Jane Austen's main 6 novels, I read Emma by Jane Austen. For the prompt of read something by Jane Austen that is not one of her main 6 novels, I read some letters from the collection Letters of Jane Austen. For the prompt of reading a non-fiction work about Jane Austen or her time, I read A Visitor's Guide to Jane Austen, England by Sue Wilkes. For the prompt of reading a retelling of a Jane Austen book or a work of a historical fiction set in Jane Austen's time, I read Jane Fairfax by Joan Aiken. For the prompt of read a book by a contemporary of Jane Austen published between 1775 and 1870, I read about 10 poems by William Blake. For the prompt of watching a direct screen adaptation of a Jane Austen book, I watched the 1996 ITV production of Emma, which starred Kate Beckinsale as Emma and Mark Strong as Mr. Knightley. For the prompt of watching a modern screen adaptation or a retelling of a Jane Austen book, I watched quite a number of web series for my video, and those web series were Emma Approved, Rational Creatures, Elinor and Marianne Take Barton, Cate Morland Chronicles, and Project Dashwood. And I very much enjoyed participating in this readathon again this year. The second readathon that I participated was Retro Romance Readathon, hosted by Stormy and Sarah. For this readathon, I read two books, which were Jane Fairfax by Joan Aiken and The Bridesmaid's Secret by Sophie Weston. The last readathon that I participated in the month of July was a readathon that occurs in the time period of 3 months. Big Book Summer, hosted by Sue. And for this readathon, I finished Emma by Jane Austen. Although the page number in my copy had 393 pages, most of the copies of the book has more than 400 pages. And actually, Sue specifically said that I could read that book for a Big Book Summer. So, of course, I'm counting it since the host allows it. I also started reading A Fine Balance by Rohinton Mistry, which I'm almost at the middle of at the time that I'm filming this video. And that book will be the third book that I will finish for Big Book Summer. So this was my summary of my reading in the month of July. Please comment down below, have you participated in Jane Austen July? Also, can you recommend me good retellings of Jane Austen works? If you are a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. As for Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose visitor. Visitor means ziyaretçi in Turkish, and ziyaretçi is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.